Hello everybody, how is it going? So, a little bit of a different video today. If you read the title, you know what's going on. We're playing Until We Lose, obviously playing Law. First game is against a green-purple Dofi. But, yeah, this is, honestly an idea I got from a comment on the other video. And I'll talk a little bit about the comment just because I'm interested in, your guys' thoughts. Let me know. But he was saying basically that I don't upload a lot of losses, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there are a ton of losses, at least for like the one-off games I usually upload. But in longer sessions there usually is, like against the Queen or the Rebecca that I bought up. But yeah, I mean, I kind of, all I do when I record is I hop on and I just play for a while, and whatever I end up with is usually just what I post. And this is pretty much exactly what this video is. I just played for about an hour, and I was just playing Law, and I wanted to see how many wins I could get before I lost. And if you guys seen the video, it's that or the sim bugs, because the sim bugs a lot. And yeah, but we're starting off very strong. I do think Law is good into this matchup. We played a couple times in this video. I just think Dofi wanting to like tap out every turn definitely gives you extra value on like your Law blocker and stuff. I also just don't think Dofi is like super great at dealing with going wide. Honestly, most decks aren't super great at dealing with it. I just think in this matchup he needs to see like a Sugar to really get around. Like it really disrupts my early game if he has a Sugar basically. But no Sugar in this game, so we're kind of off to the races. But yeah, I definitely try to upload all the games that I can, as long as people don't just DC. I've even uploaded some where people do DC because I thought the game was interesting. But yeah, it may be a little bit petty of me to even think about making this video, but I thought it'd be interesting, and maybe you guys would enjoy it. So yeah, we're just playing a whole ton of Law. If you guys are thinking about playing Law, here you go. Here's a ton of matches. I think it's like, I don't know how many are in total. We'll see. Also, I did speed this up, so sorry if it's a little bit hard to follow at times, but I think it's still mostly doable. Yeah, we put Dofi down to 0 life, and I believe he still had Dawn active last turn, so that might mean he just doesn't have events, which is, yeah, it is possible. It is possible. He does have like 12 cards in hand or something like that, so it's kind of surprising that he doesn't. But yeah, and he's on his 8th Dawn turn, so he plays down Luffy Nami, finds a Tesoro off Nami. Definitely not what you're looking for at this point in the game. Definitely just looking for counters. Right here, this is always a rough spot in Law when you run out of like good green plays and you don't have a way to get to them. So we're just gonna do our best to be aggressive and put on as much pressure as possible, because that's just the spot that we're in. I'm gonna swing probably with everything I can swing with, because why not? Also, he Bagwas, so he can Uta effect for free, which is pretty strong. So yeah, he blocks Uta effects and then just lets her go. Swing another 7, he'll defend it with the Luffy and counter for 1. Go 7 with my lead. My goodness, we're going so fast. He'll 2k 1k. Leader effect, we probably just grab back Restand Law, play Rush Zoro, and then we'll have that for next turn, as long as we can keep a Supernova on our field. He'll counter the last 6k hit, and we'll pass. Expecting to get 10 dropped here, which, I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 attackers, so we'll still have minimum 2 swings, technically 3, with the Restand Law in hand, so we should be able to get game, as he is very low in hand size, unless he plays like 2 blockers or something. But if he plays 2 blockers, then I have all my attacks. So yeah, I think it's just a rough spot for him. Swinging the 5s, he definitely is just going to 10 drop me, which is pretty cool. Fine with me. We're just going to leave our board completely filled so we can spend pretty much most of our Dawn on just attacking. And we anxiously await the 10 drop here. He's probably thinking of swinging with Luffy, but that's just a throw if he swings with Luffy. It just doesn't work if he does that. So yeah, he freezes my starter Zoro, my Law, and probably one of my Rush Zoros. Yep, leaves me with Leader and still a Zoro. And we top deck a Rush Luffy, which is pretty funny. It might be worth just like straight up playing it and putting all the Dawn on it. I don't know if that's what I end up doing, but Oh yeah, I do. So I'm gonna go 5-5 and then just play him and slap all the Dawn on him. I'm sure there is a route to game even without that, because it seems like, I don't know, he really blocked a 5k, which is definitely not how you want to survive this turn. But yeah, we'll go 8 Dawn on Luffy after leader affecting into him, and that is the game. We do get a rematch, and I get to go second, which is lit. We'll mulligan our hand, find the Dawn. We're looking good. The Dawn Bonnie, and we top deck a blocker law. Come on. It's so, I feel like playing this deck like a lot, you see good hands like this so much, then it's like exactly call me like cursed, but whenever you like play a mirror, you open up like 5 2Ks and you're like, oh well, I guess I lose. But yeah. He's just gonna swing 6, we swing 5, he takes. We're gonna play probably just a starter Zoro and whatever else we end up playing, the Nami. Find a Rush Luffy. This card is so good in this format, I feel like it probably is worth taking, but I just take a 2k instead because I still have 2 leader effect targets in hand plus the Bonnie, which could always find me a Luffy, or, you know, obviously more laws, whatever I find. He actually plays Tesoro, and it's funny because I feel like you just can't swing with Tesoro against Law unless you just want a leader effect or use his effect early, because if not, it will die. Whether that be through Otama or just swinging a lot into it. But he actually gets a Spiderweb trigger, which makes his turn a little bit awkward. I definitely want to attack more. So instead of using blocker Law, I'm just going to restand Law and play down 2 of my little blockers. So yeah, we'll go 8 at him, ask for a 2k. He actually just takes. Okay, must be a little bit rough. But yeah, if like the Tesoro, if he swings with it this turn, we're definitely just gonna Otama it and then just beat it up. He's gonna swing for 7 on my starter deck Zoro. We'll counter for 2. And yeah, we're happy he swung with that because we're just gonna use a little blocker and then free up space for Otama. He actually uses the effect, which I feel like it has to be a throw, right? Because how do you even, like, how do you win the game now? Like, I feel like one of your best cards, if not your best card, is just 10-drop Dofi, and it's going to be so long until you're able to play him now. Maybe if he has a lot of Thunder Bagwas, he can kind of ramp back up. But he is going to free block the Dawn, and then -1 to probably tap. They're kind of the same card. Whatever he taps here goes for the Zoro. Okay. And then Spiderwebs. Interesting. We're just going to go 6 at the Tesoro. If he wants to block and minus again, that's cool. I think it's once per turn though. I don't think he can do it again. We'll go 2 Dawn on lead. Attack for 7 at life. He takes. Alright. Leader effect. Probably just taking back Otama and then the Dawn probably. And yeah, we'll play a Nami, maybe get a guard point or a beam. Hit neither, but it's all good. We'll just give a Dawn to our starter Zoro and pass, because making him a 6k is very nice. He's only on 6 Dawn now, because yeah, he drew his Dawn, right? Yeah, it's only on 6 Dawn. I feel like that's such an awkward number to be stuck at. Like, I don't know, that Tesoro effect is definitely kind of troll. But we'll just, I think we just free blocked the leader swing, I'm pretty sure. Unless we swung with that. I'm sorry it happened so fast. We'll go 9 with starter Zoro. I imagine he might be able to swing this turn, or he might be able to survive this turn, but I still think he's kind of put himself in such a bad spot. Okay, he Bagwas and then surrenders. Okay, next match. See, I left these in. This was all one recording. Like, I ain't lying. But, yeah, we're up against Queen now. We have a decent amount of experience in this matchup, and I feel pretty confident. We'll just Nami, probably grab a Chopper because we already have 2 Rush Zoros, so might as well get some more 1-drops to fill up the board. I'm trying to think if there's anything fun we can talk about while this is going on. I don't know. Let's talk about yellow and why people shouldn't play yellow. No, I'm trolling. Don't listen to me. I don't know. I mean, we could just talk about gameplay. He plays blocker, then plays another blocker, stacks his deck, and then probably doesn't swing at me because he's very mean and doesn't want to give me cards. Yeah. That's how I feel. Very sad. One thing I guess we could talk about. Playing down this Zoro on curve feels so good when you actually get to leader effect this turn. I guess it's something that I like kind of did without thinking about it, but I feel like taking your second turn to play like a Zoro plus a 1-drop feels so good if you actually have one of the laws to combo with it on your actual turn. Because if not, a lot of the time you're just like play a bunch of 1-drops, use leader effect, either replay a searcher or just like play down a Zoro over a searcher. But having this extra attack is kind of nuts. But yeah, we're kind of going crazy right now. Everything looks so funny sped up. But yeah, I think this recording was like over an hour before I sped it up. So I kind of felt like I had to speed it up. But he goes 5 at my Zoro. Kind of rude. I'm just going to counter. And he does red rock my law. I almost missed that. I'm fine with it. I still have 2 top ends and my Bonnie. And I can just bounce into Luffy to keep my Bonnie. Sadly, Bonnie only finds a Bedge, but it's all good. It's all good. We're just going to go 5. 5 is probably going to get a lot of value. He takes. Very good. We'll use Nami effect plus a Dawn. Swing for 7. I think he's going to block. No, he takes. Okay. We'll swing 5 again. He'll counter. We'll use leader. Take back Bonnie. Play Luffy. Put 2 Dawn on Luffy. Force him to counter out if he wants to keep his last life. And, yep. Drops 2 2Ks. We pass it back. Let's talk about Whitebeard. Alright? How is Whitebeard still so good? I think the reason he's still so good is because he is very consistent. And a 6k leader is, like, so broken it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, you can kind of see it in, like, as I was talking about with, like, the 6k blocker getting a lot of value in the red-purple Dofi matchup. Imagine that, but, like, always. You know what I'm saying? Like, very good. I'm sure you guys know how good Whitebeard is. I'm sure you guys have all had to play against him. And, yeah. But, you know what also is crazy? That tournament, how there's one Zoro in top 32 and he won it. That's also pretty crazy. I'm really just rambling right now. We're doing law things. I said that funnily. My bad. He counters out. He'll block this one. Yeah, he should block. Yeah, he blocks. So right here, if he has a 9-drop Yamato, he can heal for 2 life. That'd be pretty good for him. I don't think he has it though. He's just gonna go 1 Dawn on Queen, attack for 6, and scoop and leave. Alright, next game. We get a Smoker. Okay. Hand looks nuts. Going second, we see it a Dawn. That's all I want. We draw another Restand Law. Very cool. Find a Nami off the Dawn. I'm insane. Pass it back. He plays brand new. Grabs a Sakazuki. Attacks me for 6. I take. I feel like I'm shoutcasting right now. We're gaming. Play Nami. Pick up a Zoro. Attack for 5. He takes. We play Zoro. Hope it lives because the only top end we have right now is Restand Law. He's on 5 Dawn. Can't Sakazuki me. He plays Sabo. We're chilling. Probably just attacks for 5. We'll take the 5k hit. And we'll move on. Get no Tama. Very cool. Find a Radical Beam. I'm a sacker. So we probably just want to play one of the Luffy effect Namis and like a chopper or something. Just to make sure our Zoro sticks around. We'll probably swing 8 because we want to go 2 over Sabo. And we want to be aggressive. Sounds good. He takes and absolutely obliterates me with an impact wave, but we can still rebuild our board even if we aren't going to get value out of our Restand Law. It's all good. We'll go Tama so we can actually swing with lead with it without it just being a free block. He probably counters. Yeah, he counters for 1. We'll play Chopper. Use leader, take back Otama, played Restand Law with no effect, and pass. Yeah, it feels a little bit bad, but triggers are a thing, and it'd be like that. He's gonna play Sengoku, and attack for 5, we'll counter, attack for 5 again. I'm cool with taking that. Hey, and we find a blocker law. Feels good. So, we could take this turn to just be really aggressive with the Restand Law again, but we should probably clear the brand new first with the Dawn. And then, yeah, we'll go for it. We'll swing 8 with our Restand Law. He'll take. We'll go 1 on leader, attack for 6. He'll counter for 2. Use leader, take back the Dawn, play restand law, attack for 8 again. He will counter for 4, my goodness. We'll use Nami effect. And then I absolutely get scared here and don't actually swing with Nami because I didn't want to tap out. Because technically he could kill me. Like, if I tapped out not having the Radical Beam. Yeah, I did have a lot of counter in hand, and it's pretty unlikely that I'd die, but I decided to play it safe. Didn't want to troll. And then he plays Shanks. Holy my goodness. Yeah, that's kind of insane. That's actually insane. I don't think I've ever seen this card go off like that, but now I have. Definitely in the moment I was like, oh my god. Well, the video's ending. We play to Dawn, into Nami, into Chopper. Dawn is so broken. We play all of those, then play Otama. Hey look, our board is back. Shanks? Shanks who? Who cares? Attack for 7 with 3 stand law. He takes. Go 1 Dawn on lead, attack for 6. He counters. We leader effect, take back Otama, play Law, take back Nami, replay Nami, find a Sanji. Okay, we have a ton of defense. We should be living. And then we're forced to go for game next turn. And we do have the Rush Luffy, which will be good. He'll Sakazuki, pop my blocker Law. We should still be living. We have a ton of counter in hand, honestly. Radical Beam is not a balanced card. He'll go 7 at my life. We'll probably just counter. Yeah, I'm thinking about what numbers he could swing at me. Yeah, we'll counter. Goes 1 on Sengoku, attacks for 7. Probably just beam. And then we're pretty much guaranteed alive even if he swings with Sabo because we still have the Chopper. Goes 8 on Sabo. We'll just take. And he is tapped out, so I know my Chopper is safe. And then yeah, we'll just block the 10k with Chopper. And now that he swung with Sabo, I mean, nice, we get to go for game pretty easily. We'll just attack for 7. He'll take. And then I BM a little bit and attack 11 with Nami. So yeah, that Shanks was kind of crazy. I think I definitely did get lucky with the Dawn hits though. Hey, we get a Katakuri. We love this matchup. And we're drawing good hands, man. I don't know. He actually chose to go first. There's no way that's right. That's very interesting. But good for us. Can't complain. Maybe he just wants to challenge himself in this matchup or something. Who knows? Goes 1 Dawn on lead, 2 Dawn on lead, 3 Dawn on lead. Alright, man, I was taking it with no Dawn. But he looks at life. Looks at my life, I think. Yeah, and bottoms it. What could that be? We pick up a Luffy instead of whatever he bottomed. We'll attack for 5. He will take. And probably get a trigger if he's thinking about it. Yup. Gets a Sovereignty. I don't agree with using Sovereignty this early. I feel like you're just wasting your hand advantage. Feels kind of minus. Wait, didn't he trigger to regain life? What happened? Why didn't he regain life? Did he click cancel or something? That's weird. I don't know what happened. Blame the sim. That's very odd. I didn't even realize that. Attacks for 5 with lead after playing Cracker and a Pudding. In this matchup, if they give me life, I take my life. That's just how I play it. We'll play Bonnie, grab a Blocker Law, attack for 5 with our Zoro. He takes. Probably another trigger if we're pausing here. Let's see what he gets. Discards Strusen. Okay, now he regained the life this time. Maybe he discarded it and clicked cancel and the sim was just like, no, I don't know, that's really weird. He'll take the 5k for my leader, and we'll play Luffy, Nami, whatever, whatever you want to call her. I'll attack for 5 with Zoro, and then we're going to attack for 5 with the Dawn as well, using the Luffy, Nami. And I imagine, okay, he takes, yeah. So that does put him, below me in life for the Cracker, but with 2 blockers, I don't think it really matters. That's just Yellow's problem. Yellow just struggles very hard into law. It's like everything they don't want to deal with, they have to deal with in this matchup. But he's swinging 9 at my Zoro. Kind of rude. I'll block with Chopper. Goes 1 Dawn, 2 Dawn. 2 Dawn on Cracker, attacks my Zoro for 8. Yeah, I'll probably defend this with just resting the law, chucking a 2k and a 1k, because I actually only had the 1-2k, so very convenient. And it still has 2 Dawn up, plays a Pudding. It's very interesting to even see Cracker. I feel like most Katakuri lists have cut Cracker. I don't know if he's really that good compared to some of the other newer cards. Very interesting. But he passes it back after playing a Pudding, and he picks up a 2k counter, so that's, I guess, good for him. But we're still going to have a ton of attacks this turn. We just really have to worry about triggers, which, I mean, we only have to deal with one, if there is one. He'll counter out of the 7k hit. Then we'll go 7 again with Zoro. And will he take? Nope, he'll counter again. Okay, he messes up his counter. Come on, man. We'll just attack for 5 with lead. Chucks a 1k, we'll play Chopper, use Nami effect, attack with the Dawn. And ends up conceding there. Alright, next game. We find a Dofi. Okay, not the new Dofi, the old Dofi though. And what is this hand? You know what? It's all good. We just have faith in our drawers. In our drawers? Our draws. We could have faith in our drawers as well. He mulligans as well. Let's see if he has the Perona. Thinking about it. He has it. He's gaming. But yeah, he's just gonna stack the top of his deck, do Dofi things, normal stuff. I think Law does very good into Dofi. You're just too good at clearing board and just kind of winning on board, honestly. That it's very hard for Dofi. But he'll pass to us. We pick up a starter deck Zoro, and we find a Rad Beam off of Nami, and then we play both Namis. Let's go. Next turn we're probably just going to be playing the starter deck Zoro, plus maybe the other Nami. We'll see. We will get to see one of our life here, most likely, because it's Dofi. They always attack for 7. And he plays Dofi off Dofi. Okay. Get to see 2 cards deeper than last turn, so that could definitely help him out. I imagine he's definitely looking for the tournament pack Jinbei in this matchup. Definitely very important. Or just like geckos, the vanilla gecko, because just summoning a 6k off leader effect is very, very good. We don't have an Otama either right now, so it would be pretty strong against us. But yeah, we find a Rush Zoro off life, so we're looking very red-handed. And we find a Restand Law. Okay, all is saved. We can just play aggressive now. We'll play Zoro, give a Rested Dawn to our leader, and then play Nami and give another Rested Dawn to our leader. And we'll just clear the Dofi blocker. If he wants to drop double 2k, he is crazy, but he just might. I remember him thinking about this for a little bit. Sorry, I should be talking more because I don't plan on editing this video, because then you know it could be a bit sus. So yeah, we're not gonna edit this video. So I'll try to talk a bit more when there is silence. I kind of thought with like the video being sped up a lot there wouldn't be much, but I guess I don't really realize how long either I'm thinking or they're thinking about stuff. So yep, that's my fault. I imagine he will still have a target for leader on top of his deck this turn, because he got to see he got to see the top 5 and then 2 deeper, so he saw the top 7, so I imagine he found some decent stuff. But he actually just attacks for 6, and I'll immediately take. And we find a Bonnie. See what I mean? Just gotta be a Law player and your hand will be resolved. Now that was really lucky. I can't lie. I cannot lie. But we can't really play it next turn unless we find a blocker Law, because I don't want to give that up until I've exhausted at least my Restand Law. Oh my goodness, look at me, that Law DNA. We play the Bonnie, find another Restand Law, and we're probably set up for quite a while here with the double Restand Law and the blocker Law. We'll use Nami effect, attack for 7 with the starter deck Zoro. He will take that. Hopefully no trigger, but if we do get hit with a trigger, and we do, it's a 3000 worlds, that's very, very good. We thankfully found a blocker Law though. We're going to attack for 5 with Nami. This attack is very, very greedy. If he hit another trigger here, I could potentially just lose all of my momentum, so I do think that was not the best play, but I am very greedy, and I got rewarded for it, so we'll attack for 5 with the Zoro after using our leader effect. And he takes. And then we'll just go 5 with lead. A little bit awkward that the Brook is kind of stuck on our board right now, but it's not the worst. Honestly, like, he can attack with just 2 Dawn. He's like just like the Dawn. So it definitely was very convenient in that scenario, I won't lie. It was, again, a greedier play, but worked out in our favor. He's now on 7 Dawn, so he can play Soga King and bounce our Blocker Law. That could be something. I don't think it's very good, because as you all probably know by now, bouncing cards, bouncing Law's cards isn't that good. It's just what it is. He'll Red Rock my Blocker Law. Okay. I'm always very cool with that exchange, because I paid 2 Dawn for that card, and you paid 6. Yeah, I guess that kind of puts it into perspective, just how good Law is. Then he'll tap 1 for a Perona, looking at the top 5 once again, and does elect to put him on top. Attacks for 6 at my Zoro, will 2k. And then I do think he could have probably skipped out on playing that Perona and just went like 5-7 at my Zoro to almost guarantee that it's cleared. But I guess, he just wanted to set up for next turn. We find another Rush Zoro. My goodness, talking is getting hard. We're at 8 Dawn. We definitely want to play the Nami, but we'll see how it goes. We're going to go 1 Dawn on Zoro, attack for 6. He's very low in hand size. I imagine he'll let this go pretty easily, and he does. So this is like a little bit awkward, because I can just play Rush Zoro and then leader effect. And that is what I do. A little bit scary that I'm at 1 life, but he has no real attackers, and I have a Radical Beam in hand, so I should always be living next turn. Can't really stress about it, just going to continue being aggressive. Attack for 5 with our lead after, I believe, a 7k attack using both our Namis. He'll counter out of the leader hit. We'll use leader effect, take back Brook, play restand, and then attack for 7 again. And he takes. And I do think I like to sack off one of my Namis here for the chopper, just to be extra safe. I pretty much guaranteed lived, but, maybe not be greedy. Maybe something could go terribly wrong, you never know. Also, it does make defending our Zoros very easy. At least one of them will survive, most likely. He is now on 9 Dawn, so this would be your normal Mihawk turn, but I think if he Mihawks, he just loses next turn, so probably has to take a different route of just trying to contest my board. The game might already be too far gone for him, though, honestly. Goes 2 Dawn on lead, attacks for 7, probably at one of the Zoros. Yep, and summons a Moria. We'll Radical Beam out of it, and then if he puts the rest of his Dawn on a Perona, we'll just use Chopper to block it. Let's see what he does. I imagine he wants to get down some amount of blockers. Maybe a Boa or something here, and then leave 2 up for a a Love Beam if he has it. No guarantee he has it, but it is possible. It sounds good in my head. Ooh, he uses 3,000 worlds to get rid of my starter law, or restand law, whatever you want to call it. And still has 2 up, plays a law blocker. Okay. So he got rid of one of my attackers and established a blocker, but as we can see in hand, I do have another restand law. So it's still looking very rough for him. We'll attack for 7 at his lead. He will take. No trigger. Thank goodness. We will play Brook. Give 2 to Zoro. Attack for 7. It's funny, I was trying to think of a way to actually make use of my Namis this turn. But I'm like, let me play Brook. That's 2 Dawn. That's exactly what I need. But Brook kind of already does that himself. Yeah, hopping into the next game. Let's see what we find. Nothing so far. We find another Katakuri. We're looking good in that hand. That's what I'm looking for. And once again, going first. Did I choose that? Yeah, I chose that. Okay. This time it makes sense. We whiff. Do we whiff? Yeah, we whiff off the Don. Unfortunate. He'll attack 5 at me. And then tap 3 for the Parasparrow. Pick up another Dodon. Very good. He'll take the 5k hit. We'll play Dodon. Find a Chopper. Bottom of Law. Play double Chopper. Pass. My goodness, we are playing fast this game. He's on 5 Don. Probably going to play a Vanilla after attacking for 5 a couple times. We'll take that hit. We'll take that hit too. This is how I play against yellow. Plays Cracker and then plays Pudding. Is this the same player from earlier? I swear, what's up with the Cracker, man? I feel like he's not that good. It's alright though. We'll play Otama, attack for 3 into the Parasparrow. He lets it go, finds a 2k counter. We'll go 2 Don on Dodon, attack for 5, he takes. Gets a Parasparrow trigger, very good. We'll attack for 5 with Leader. He'll take, no effect, no trigger, very good. We'll use Leader, play Blocker Law, and then bounce to Dodon, play Nami, find just a 2k counter, and we'll pass. We don't have any Zoros. We could have grabbed one there, but I just don't think we really need it, because we have a bunch of chump blockers, so we'll just use our Blocker Law. It's kind of like our main beat stick. We'll go 1 on Cracker, 2 on Cracker, attack for 7. I could defend this. I might defend this. Yeah. I'm going to defend that just because I have 2 chump blockers, so that if he wants to swing really big into my Law, I can just defend it. He'll go 7 at my life, I'll block. And this last one, if he goes at my life, I'll take. If he goes at the Dawn, I'll let it go. It's not that bad. Plays a Brûlée, and passes. We'll play Nami, find a Zoro, but I don't think I'm going to really have any time to play the Zoro, because this turn just doesn't work super well, I don't think. So I probably should have just taken like a 2k or something. But we'll play Otama, -2 to the Cracker, attack him for 3 with our Nami. He will counter for 1. We'll go 5 at it. He will maybe block this. I don't know. People, I feel like you should just never defend something that's Otamaed. I feel like you're always just going to go 2- on trying to save it. We'll go 7 at it. It'll definitely go that way. We'll use Leader Effect, take back Otama, play Restand Law. And yeah, we're not going to swing with it because I only have the 1 blocker. I definitely could have, but might as well play it safe. Yeah, the Zoro was definitely a weird pickup off Nami. Probably should have just taken more counter, especially if I knew how that turn was going to go, that I wanted to Otama the Cracker. But he is on, should be 9 Don, I think. He goes 5 with Pudding. We'll counter for, we could drop the Dodon. I don't know why I'm saving it, but whatever, we'll drop a 2k. Goes 1 Don on Parasparrow, attacks for 6. Still 5 Don remaining. Maybe he's just trying to race me at this point. That is possible. Goes 1 Don on lead, attacks for 7. We can block in 2k or just Radical Beam out of it. We'll Radical Beam out of it. And then he'll play a Vanilla. Okay. So our hand is rough. This is always the point in Law where you're like, okay, I probably have to go for game now. Which is, I think, what we end up trying to do here. I don't know how well it works out, but we'll try. Going 3 Don on Nami, attacking for 5. He will take and get a Brûlée blocker, so we're probably not going to be able to go for game. We'll go 5 with lead. He'll block. Okay, maybe we can go for game? What's going on? We'll go 7 with our Restand Law. Never mind, he can counter out of it. We'll use Leader Effect. Okay, yeah, this is... Yeah, I know I'm in a rough spot when this is what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to play Dodon over Nami, find a Nami, play Nami over Nami. I'm just looking for more counter. Or like a Radical Beam or a guard point there off of Nami. It would have only been the 1 guard point that I was looking for, but I could have made a diff if I found it. But we're probably just going to bounce the Restand Law for the Zoro, and we can set ourselves up for game next turn if he can't kill me this turn. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. We do have 1 Don up if that guard point does happen to be in our life, which could be important. He'll Thunderbolt my Blocker Law, and I was pretty sure I was trying to do the math, like I should always live here, depending on what he opens with. I don't know if there's an exact math for me to win this, but he didn't have anything to deal with my Chopper, so I should just always be alive here. Goes 1 Dawn. Okay, it goes 3 Dawn on the vanilla. We'll just block, and then we can just counter out of the 7k hit with lead. Yeah, and then that's pretty much just game. And he scoops it up. I'm trying to get different matchups, so I'm just gonna... We'll find another opponent here. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Come on, someone. Okay, we find another Dofi. And I think... Yeah. What have we played so far? We've played a Queen, another Dofi, Katakuri, Smoker. See, a lot of Dofi and a lot of Katakuri this session. We play Nami, find a Rush Luffy. Very good. Again, Sugar, he doesn't need to play Sugar this turn, but like Sugar next turn I think is really important against Law, because you kind of need to just slow him down, and I feel like it's almost not worth playing this turn. So yeah, waiting on it so you can like clear one of my little bodies, and then it'll deal with another one the next turn, I think is the best option. We're just gonna swing 5 at him, and he will take, and hand's a little bit rough, so we are just gonna play the Sanji. Didn't want to play my Bonnies because if he had the Sugar, I don't want them clearing the Bonnies. Probably won't even use Sanji effect, it'll just be a body right now. But he plays Brook into Nami, which is always good. Swing for 5, he takes. We can get leader effect online this turn, and it is probably worth it. So we'll play Otama, play Bonnie, use leader, take back Otama, play Law, take back Sanji, play Dadan, pick up a chopper, bottom a Law, very sad. We do leave both our Bonnies vulnerable, but I feel like with a blocker Law, I mean, if he had Sugar, one of them is definitely going down, but he'd need 2 Sugars to clear both of them, so I think it's kind of okay that we played them both down there. He's gonna go 5 at lead, I'll just block the second 5k. And he decides to skip his turn by swinging 11 at Law. Don't think that's worth it, but here we are. I'll play Otama, go 3 into Nami with the Dawn. Counters for 1. We'll go 1 Dawn on Nami, go 3 at Nami with Nami, counter for 1. So he had a Sugar. He's a madman. We'll search with both our Bonnies, find a Beji and a blocker Law, attack for 5 into Nami. I imagine he'll let it go by now. kind of weird he defended that, honestly. We'll use leader effect, take back Otama, play blocker Law, take back Bonnie, play Zoro, attack for 5 at the Brook as well, because might as well. If we can clear the Brook, a lot of her board will survive, which will be nice. He will defend it though. So if he goes for just like 2 of my, like a Bonnie and like the Dadan, he's definitely gonna clear him. But if he goes after Zoro, I'll probably defend the Zoro. He plays a Film Nami, then goes 7 at Zoro. We're just gonna block with Law and counter for 2. And I mean, if he wants to go 7, okay, he actually goes 7 at Bonnie. I don't know if that was the right call. By the way, looking at my hand, I actually don't have a ton of counter. I have a lot of little blockers. We'll play Bonnie, find a Zoro, kind of like the last thing I wanted there, but it's okay. We'll attack for 5 at the Brook with our Zoro. He will. Events are like the events he runs are pretty solid against Law, because Spider's Web will punish me trying to like Otama something and then going a lot of swings on it, and Punk Gibson is just always good against Law because it'll be able to tap my Zoro or any of my little guys, which I'll be able to clear the following turn. So yeah, very strong. We'll attack for 5 with the Dawn. He'll counter 5 with lead. He will probably counter. Nope, he'll take and get a Thunder Bagua trigger. Pretty good. We'll leader effect into Luffy. I think I was just looking at his Dawn. I'm like, yeah, he's definitely at 10 next turn, so I'm going to leave this up because it might, kind of wane him off of playing 10 drop. He'll go 5 at my life. We can't block with Zoro here. I'm not Zoro, sorry. We can't block with Law here because if we do, it'll just get 10 drop, so we're just going to have to counter from hand. We pick up another Rush Zoro for a turn, and now we're just getting cheesy. Might work, might not. Attack for 13 with Luffy. He'll take, use leader, restand him, attack for 13 again. He will use something. Use a Punk Gibson, and then a whole bunch of other counter. Does get out of it, and we'll pass. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought I'd just lose the game here, but I do have a Radical Beam, plus 2k and then 2 1ks. The rest of my hand is no counter, so... Okay, he actually goes at Luffy, so we survive. Never mind. Goes, yeah, 10 at Luffy, we'll let it go. Goes 5 at Zoro, we'll defend it. Still gonna try not to use my my blocker law, just in case he does have another 10 drop. But actually, he just searched, so he can't have another 10 drop, so never mind. Plays down Uta. Goes 5 down on lead. Attacks 10 into our Zoro. We're going to defend it, because we should be able to go for game. So we'll beam in 2k. We'll pick up a Sanji for turn. We'll play Bonnie in hopes that we find another restand law, but we don't. But that's alright. Should still be close to going for game. We'll see. We'll go 7 at life. He can definitely get out of a couple of these swings, because one of them will just be pretty easily met with a event. Another one could be met with Uta plus tapping something else, but he just hard counters out of that one. We'll go 1 Dawn on blocker law, attack for 7. He will block minus a Dawn, tap my Zoro. And then Spider's Web, pretty good, pretty good. We'll go 5 with the Dawn in hopes that that last card is no counter. And he scoops it up. Says GG's. I didn't get a chance to say it back. I'll try to queue up here, and I will get stuck in this bug. I don't know if you guys get it or not too, but you're just stuck in the screen for forever. And I didn't want to close the application because, you know, then it'd be like split recording and then like, oh, I cut it. So for now, this is where I'm gonna leave this video off on. If you guys want me to do more of this, I'll definitely keep going until I lose. So yeah, let me know. It could literally end next episode with just the first game. So yeah, but anyways, thank you guys for watching.